Thank you again, everybody, for connecting. We are here to talk about how to repurpose long form video content into other things, how to make the most out of your videos. So we've been running the Video Hug for years now. We also run a video bootcamp for marketing, sales, and service. I'll share the link for that. October sessions, Q4 sessions are closed because we already had our first session. Definitely sign up for Q1 sessions. We do a 4-week comprehensive bootcamp about how to video marketing, sales, and service. The agenda today is going to be all about why video and why it's great to repurpose video content and the benefits of it. We're going to talk about key strategies on repurposing your long form content and some ideas. We'll give you a lot of examples and ideas. So not only you come out of here, with some idea of how to use your video content or what kind of video content you can repurpose, but also what videos you can create with it and what other pieces of content you can create with it, so you can see the examples. So we'll share a lot of that during this session. Let's talk a little bit about why video, and this might be a little repetitive. You may have seen this on another session on a bootcamp, but just so we go through this, play button is the most compelling call to action on the web. 5 times more, engagement than images, 4.5 more than social media links. We'll watch probably 100 million hours of video every day. 3.5 is probably something related to, in this analysis, in this report that we're sharing, it's 3.5 hours is probably like social media video, but definitely video is one of the most important that marketers are doing nowadays. And 91% of businesses are using video for marketing. 88% of businesses see video as an important part of their marketing strategy. And the reasons why people are not doing video are still the same to 10 years ago when we started, taking video very, very seriously. A lack of time, it's too expensive, you don't know where to start. If you have any problems with that, I would definitely recommend just getting started, maybe using Loom to start recording some videos. You can even use Zoom meetings to record videos and then reuse them. Loom is a great tool to create marketing and sales videos, not just asynchronous communication videos. I would definitely recommend getting started. That's one of the things we do on the bootcamp. But definitely, video has become easier and easier to do. And we'll talk about some of the tools today that you can use to simplify the editing, the putting together a video, the repurposing a video, and stuff like that. By the way, if you are connected and you have a camera, just show your face. We all love to connect with each other, and it's great if you guys can connect in camera. Not necessary, but if you are there in camera, even better. And on Q&A, we can come off mute and talk about these things too. So let's talk about the benefits of repurposing video. Of course, the biggest benefit is using your budget to the fullest. If you created a piece of content and you spent the time to make a professional piece of content, a long form piece of content, a 20-minute explainer video, a 1-hour webinar, you've spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, and your budget into putting together that piece of content. Why wouldn't you try to get the most out of that effort? And that's what we're doing today. It's like, how can we make the most out of a webinar, out of a video series, out of a meeting that we had? All those pieces of video that are long form have a lot of content, and we can repurpose it. Of course, we can use it to reach other audiences. Maybe the webinar, only 17 people showed up, like in this case right now, but I also have a different audience that can see me on social, so I can repurpose this into a LinkedIn video. Or I have another list of thousands of emails that can get a video with this information. Or if I write a blog, that could be thousands and thousands of people. There's also people that will see this as a recording later. I could make that recorder shorter and people will engage more with that recording because we had hundreds of people registered to the event. So at the end of the day, you can reach other audiences with the same effort without having to invest on this all over again. And of course, a lot of this will bring traffic and SEO increase, because a lot of these pieces of content could be accompanied by text on your website that will grow your website over time. So why wouldn't you do that? Let's talk a little bit about key strategies of repurposing long form. And by the way, if you have any questions or anything comes to mind when I'm talking about these things, please bring them to the chat and let's talk about them. This is an informal conversation, not a lecture. So please let me know if you have any questions. In the meantime, share with me what's your goal for this session today. Are you doing videos? Put it in the chat. What are you doing right now? Do you have any long-form videos that you would like to repurpose, and what kind of videos do you have? So we can talk a little bit more about your situation. So you can start taking some of these videos and turning them into shorter bits. The first thing is, like, when you create a long-form video, your videographer, your video team, whatever, or even you, if you're doing this on your own, you should think about that already as part of your video marketing and video sales strategy, or even client customer service strategy. You should think of, okay, we're going to do a homepage video. A homepage video is going to be 2 minutes. It's going to explain who we are, what our process is, or maybe we're going to go through a story brand strategy on this video. So I don't know if you're familiar with StoryBrand. You can attach and you can use StoryBrand frameworks to videos. You can say clear messaging, and then the pains and the needs of your clients, and what are solutions to that pain, and what authority you have in providing those solutions, and then call to actions. That is a simple StoryBrand framework. You can use that on a long form video, for example, on a homepage video. It would make so much sense if you're using StoryBrand for your website to use StoryBrand for your video. Now that video has a lot of content. You already went through your messaging, the pains of your ideal clients, the solutions to those pains, how you are the right person or the right company for that solution. Why wouldn't you repurpose that into social media short messages about the pain, about the solution, about your messaging? So those could be easily created from the sections of the original video. You can use those on social media. You can create shorter versions. You can create vertical versions. You can create a bunch of different pieces of content from the original video. So when you're talking to your videographer, when you're thinking about video strategy, when you're thinking about creating long-form video content, think about how already from the get-go, think about all the different places you're going to use this video content and what kind of format do you need, how many minutes, seconds, and all that stuff. We always think, okay, homepage video, let's turn that into a shorter video for an introduction on social media, cut some extra pieces, no, not so much talking about everything, but let's talk about specifics, and then also create different section videos to introduce different points. And that should be part of the editing process. If you start thinking about these things before you have the piece of content, it is so much easier to create shorter versions of the video. And the editors will really, really thank you. Don't tell them to fix it in post. Tell them how you want it, what you need, what the strategy is, and then they'll be better pieces of content because of that strategy. Of course, creating blog articles from videos is the easiest kind of reusing strategy you can use. I would say this is one of my favorite too, because you have a video that turns into a blog. Nowadays, it's much, much easier to do that with the introduction of ChatGPT and all kinds of AI tools. You can turn that video into a transcript with also very easy tools, Otter, Avoma. There's a lot of great tools. Even Zoom transcribes your videos. So you can just run that video, whatever video it is, a meeting, a webinar, any kind of product video, and turn that into a transcript. Now, the beauty of having a transcript is that you can just put that whole transcript in ChatGPT, Jasper AI, any kind of tool that will actually analyze that content, and you can give them direction and say, create a piece of content for a blog article with this transcript You put the whole transcript in there, and then say create a structure from that, and then AI will, whatever AI tool you're using will tell you, well, from what I read, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to clean up the transcript before you put it in there. AI will actually clean it up for you. It'll say this is the structure, and then you can start writing some of the first draft of that article with AI. And then, of course, since this was from a conversation, a meeting, a webinar, AI will not be just creating things out of thin air. The input in AI is one of the most important parts of using AI to create pieces of content. And that input is 100% yours, is you talking, or the people in the webinar talking, or the meeting talking. So this is already your content assisted by AI, written by AI, but it's not AI content. So it doesn't even show up when you test it for AI. It doesn't show up as a high AI created content. It's like 20%, 30% AI, because most of the content is yours. And then I would also recommend having your editors and your writers add more value to it, edit the piece of content, not just copy paste what AI gave you, even though a lot of it is great. And that is going to be a very, very valuable piece of content you can put as a blog. You have a video, you put it on the blog, you actually include the video, edit it a little bit, include the video if you can on the blog, and then that's a piece of content that could be on your website. You can send it on emails. It'll increase your SEO. Of course, this needs to be relevant to your business, relevant to what you want to attract people. You would only use videos that are relevant. Like in this case, I could turn this presentation into a blog called, 10 tips on how to repurpose long form video content. And that could be a simple blog I can create from this presentation. So any questions about shorter videos or blog creation from video content? Everybody doing good there? Everybody awake? I know some of you might be 11 p.m., but everybody good? Tell me if you have any questions. So then we go into podcast. If you have long form pieces of content that were the video wasn't great, even if the video was great, but the sound was great. It was a great conversation. It was something really valuable that could be turned into a podcast. I would definitely recommend doing that. We do that with all of our video series. When you create a video series, you're creating already, episodes for that video series. That is super easy to turn into a podcast. You just not transcript. You take the audio out of the video. You try to, enhance it as much as possible. Descript is one of the best tools to do that. You can edit some of the sound the same way you can edit video with Descript, by just deleting pieces of text and changing the text in the transcript in Descript, and then add an intro and outro, and you have a podcast episode. So if you did all the work of creating a video series and you have video content that is already episodic, turning it into a podcast or an audio content, it's a no-brainer. And we actually include that in all video series, because why wouldn't you have people that can only listen to it while they're running, while they're doing something else, instead of doing video? The big caveat to this is make sure that your video, your sound doesn't depend on something being shown. If someone was like, okay, in this right here, I'm showing you the solution to your problem, and they don't say what the solution is, then that's not great audio content that needs the video. Therefore, you definitely want to make sure that that video is there. Can you still hear me okay? Can you give me a thumbs up or an okay if everybody can hear me? Perfect. Awesome. Everybody awake? Great job. All right, everybody. So infographics is another great piece of content. You can combine these pieces of content too. You can have a blog, you can have the podcast in the blog, you can have the video in the blog, and then you can have an infographic that shows the content from that video. So there are tools nowadays that you can use, like Canva or Pictochart. These are some great tools that, again, a lot of them use AI. You can just put a transcript, and that transcript is turned into an actual infographic. So just think about visuals that you can use to engage with people that will attract them to these pieces of content. If you have a blog, that could be a promotion for someone to watch the video or to listen to the podcast. And if you create an infographic, that could be a social promotion of that same piece of content. So think about how these things will work together, not just as separate pieces of content. Also, think about how content could be used for different audiences. We always think about marketing, 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 but if you create a how-to on something that marketing can use to attract people, and then that how-to is useful for someone in sales because they're selling the same product and people need to know how to do things, that could be a whole lot of videos that you created for marketing to attract people in your marketing campaigns that the sales team with very minimal editing can use to get people excited about the product while they're selling it, or to answer questions from people that are engaging with them as potential leads. So think about creating content that's useful for your marketing team, your sales team, and of course, your customer service team. If you created a how-to, everybody can use it for different reasons in different places. Maybe one is a knowledge base, the other one is marketing campaign, and the other one is sending it on emails. But think about how do you reuse the same piece of content if there's different audiences that can use it. And of course, at the end of the day, email campaigns are a no-brainer too. Even though, yes, there's some things out there, but even though you can't put a video on an actual email, the video itself, every time you put an image of a video with a play button and a link to a video, that email will get more clicks, will get more opens. If you put the word video on the subject, it's been proven over again that the email gets more engagement and things like that. So definitely use emails for video. You can use HubSpot video, you can use Wistia for these things. Great tools out there. Any questions? Shane, I love that you're on a road trip listening to us. This is great. And if you want to watch this later, we'll also send the recording. So that's great. So let's talk about some examples. And I already gave you some examples out there. I'm gonna see right here. I'm gonna put them on the chat so you have the links. These are three examples that I put together for you. One is an article that we created from a webinar. So a webinar like this one, it was a webinar about 7 metrics to focus on when you're trying to measure success on video marketing efforts. So this turned into a blog entry called 7 metrics to focus on when measuring success on video marketing efforts in 2024. And we use the slides of the presentation it was a HUG presentation, a HubSpot user group presentation. So we selected the key sections. We transcribed the webinar. We use AI to organize it, AI to create the blog structure, pretty much the process I just explained to you. Then we wrote the AI with the assistant, wrote the blog with the assistance of AI, and then we use visuals from the slides. And we set up the video also so people could watch the whole session if they wanted. So this gives people different ways to engage with it. And now in HubSpot, you can even say, allow people to play this with AI and you can listen to the blog. So the video turns into a blog that you can read with the video that you can watch. You can also play it, and automatically HubSpot allows you with the AI dictation, allows you to listen to the blog. So again, talk about repurposing all in there. Using Descript, ChatGPT, Breeze, you can use all these tools and then optimize it for SEO. And now this is bringing potential clients, people that are looking to do more video stuff, video marketing stuff, and they're reading it in our website. It's a authority piece for us. Another great example is video series. We have a video series called Martech Masters. We've done it for years. And every time we would create this, we would create not only the video and put it in a video channel, like the one I put in the example, that's kind of like a Netflix experience, but also turn that video into a podcast and you can listen to it in, Apple Podcasts or Amazon Music Podcasts or all the different platforms. You can use different aggregators for podcasts. Wistia, which is a video marketing tool, has a podcast solution. So you can, if you have your videos in Wistia with the Wistia channels, turning them into podcasts is super easy, and you can have the sound, and then they send it to all the different aggregators, to all the different RSS for podcasting on different platforms. So you don't even have to think about it. Then repurposing video content into blogs, we talked about it. Every episode turns into a blog. So if you're creating a video series, your video series could be engaged in a video version. People could be running and listening to it, or people could be reading it on your website. And by creating a blog about it, SEO will grow on your site, and this will start helping you as your content strategy. So this fuels your content strategy without having to write content from scratch. And then, of course, create short social media snippets, social media posts to promote all of this. Their whole content strategy could be this: you create a video series that turns into a podcast, that turns into a blog, that turns into social content. You probably don't need anything else if you do it right. Think about what your clients need, what your clients are looking for, what your ideal clients, who are you trying to attract? And then if you run a video series like this, that could be your whole content strategy. Right. Of course, we use they ask you answer as a methodology. This is a great way to create your episodes. It's like, okay, your clients are asking questions. Create episodes that answer those questions. Bring people to the table that are experts in your clients' issues, and showcase them, or showcase your clients themselves, and then invite other clients, potential clients that you want them as clients, into your podcast, into your video series, to get them to engage with you. It's kind of like having a free sales meeting where you introduce them as an expert in the industry, and then you say, hey, how about we have a meeting to talk about your solutions. So long story short, this could be your marketing, your content, and your sales strategy all in one. And of course, it's a brand affinity effort too. Any questions so far, everybody? Awesome. And then this is one of my favorite repurposing content. We've been doing a lot of this a meeting to case study. So we have a meeting with a team member that has been involved in the project, that knows the ins and out of it. You can even include the client in the meeting if you're creating the case study with the client, and then have a conversation about what we did, how we did it, what parts of the project were important. Try to frame the conversation as much as possible, and have kind of like a structure of that conversation, even though social media, even though AI can pretty much sift through anything and create a structure for you. Just talk about the pains, the solution, the results, and then turn that meeting into a blog, which is a case study. So same process, but instead of doing a webinar or a produced video, you just turn this into a piece of content from a simple meeting you have. You can just have your engineers, your whatever, whomever is the person that knows what happened and how it happened and what the issues were and how they were solved, and what the results are. And then after you do all of that, you add pieces of data, the results data itself, and that case study is done. So this is also a great way to repurpose content from video. Any questions so far, everybody? We're doing great on time too, but tell me if you have any questions here. So let's talk about video ideas. What kind of videos can you create? What kind of other videos you can create from the current videos that you have? Well, just remember that you can create videos through the journey of a client, and through the flywheel, and through the funnel. However you want to see this, if you're looking at a flywheel, you can create videos for attracting, engaging, and delighting. If you're looking at the funnel, awareness, interest, decision, and action, you can create videos for all of these situations. So think about, and not just video, but content for each one of these situations. What kind of content, what kind of videos you can use, and repurpose them into other content into your flywheel and funnel. And of course, we wouldn't have ideas if we didn't have 100+ ideas here. Let me put this on the chat too. We actually went through kind of all the kinds of videos we have been creating over the years for our clients, and videos that they use internally and externally. We have videos for website pages, for marketing and sales, for internal communication and HR, social promotion and SEO, brand affinity and long-term strategy. We put all of this together into a long form piece of content. I just share the link with you. As you can see, there are dozens of ideas for different kind of videos you can use and the ways that you can use them along your whole journey as a client, but internally for internal communication too. So I definitely wanted to share this with you. Some of the great videos that we use is email signatures. You can use bigger form videos and repurpose them into email signatures. An email signature is a great little video you can create with your members that are engaged with clients or potential clients, and put them on the email signature so they can play and engage at a human level. Um, Homepage videos, as we discussed, great place to explain who you are, how you do it. I would definitely recommend thinking of that. Of course, products and service promotions, explaining things, and these could be also taken out of other videos. And even you can create video from a meeting or something like that. You can go the other way around. You can have a meeting about your product or service or your process, and then turn that into a transcript, and then go back to ChatGPT and say, from this transcript, create a script for video that's going to be 30 seconds. And then that script, you can just record it and in Loom or Descript or something like that. And then you create a video from a meeting or a video from a conversation. So think about how to use AI to create these pieces of content and save you time and money on creating these things. FAQs, sales, marketing FAQs, but sales specifically. If you create videos for your sales team will close at a higher rate and everybody's happy. And of course, customer testimonials. You can have the customer on camera, or maybe you're in a meeting and you say, hey, what do you think about what we've been doing? Give me a review of what's going. Literally, people can just start talking, and you turn that into customer testimonial. You put some B-roll, you make it into a professional piece of content. So of course, we help you with all these things. I'm going to share some links if you need help with video production. If you are a company, we can help you. If you're an agency, we can help you too. We have a service for agencies too. But let us know if there's anything we can do to help you with your video processes, and to help you use video to the fullest. I'm done with the presentation. We did great with time. I'm going to open Q&A. If you want to come off mute and ask me some questions, that's great. If you want to put them in the chat, please go ahead, put them in the chat now, and let's get these questions going. Anybody doing anything right now with video that you're thinking about repurposing content? Any challenges out there? All right, everybody, don't be shy. Let's put the questions. Looking into how to edit shorter videos on a budget. Use tools like Canva or Descript. I believe that there's a lot of tools out there that give you templates. Canva is growing incredibly on that, and there's a lot of AI embedded in Canva now. Definitely Descript is one of my favorites too. I'm gonna put the link right here. Descript actually allows you to not only create great videos directly into, hold on, let me make sure this is the right link. Yes. Descript, not only you can create the whole video with Descript, but also if you put, you can record some videos on your iPhone, or if you have a professional camera, you drop them in there, you can edit them right there. And Descript allows you to edit by transcript. So you don't even need to know how to edit you can just change the text and Descript will do it. And also it'll enhance your sound too. It has an AI enabled feature that you can just click one button and it makes your sound like a studio sound. So it's great. Camila, you have a question. Do you want to come off mute? I don't think I can hear you. Can you hear me? Is everybody hearing Camila? I don't think we can hear you, Camila. No, I don't think we can hear you. If you want to put it in the chat, that's fine. In the meantime, I see Max said, could you go back to the slide that says clients are 3 times more likely to get interactions if they're regular created? Oh yes, let me go back to
Hello.
that here. Yeah, I think I can hear you now, Camila. So, is this the one you're talking about, Max? Yes, man. AI music generators are incredible right now, and you can create music with AI in seconds, literally. I'm obsessed with that a little bit, and definitely when we think about video, definitely think about that too. So I think Camilla, we could hear you for a second. You want to go back?
Hello. Yes. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for this lovely training. And
Of
sorry
course.
about the troubleshooting. So, I've been wanting for a while to start something of a YouTube series talking about
Mhm.
music and all that stuff, which I love. And it's sort of my business. But it would really be troublesome for me to do it both in Spanish, which is my native language, and then having to translate the whole thing onto English or onto other languages. So could you recommend any AI tools for me to use in order to achieve that? Thank you.
Yes, y también, hola, ¿cómo estás, Camila? Porque hablamos español. But
Oh,
so great question. In the past, you would have had to record everything twice, and then you would have had to make sure that it made sense. So first of all, you can record everything in English or Spanish, whatever the main audience is going to be. I would recommend record your main source in whatever you feel more comfortable and your main audience is going to be. And then the first thing you can do without even changing the sound is do a transcript, pass it through ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT to translate that transcript into another language, and you can add that language piece of content into you use the same format that YouTube gives you for the closed captions, and you can add closed captions in multiple languages. So that's the first thing. Closed captions are the easiest solution nowadays because AI can translate content very easily. So you take the transcript from YouTube, you go, by the way, when you create a video, you put it on YouTube, it gives you the transcript file. You can download the transcript and enable it automatically. You can fix it, upload it again, and then you can, again, I'm going to say it again. You can translate the transcript and then create a Spanish version or English version or whatever other language. So that's number one. Number two, that's first use of AI with text. Um, there are tools like Descript, and there's other tools that even allow you to create video from just a transcript. And that video has the sound. I think I have the link around here. I'm gonna give you the link in a second, but AI video creation tool. I am going to say that the one I was using is Synthesia. So Synthesia is one of my favorites to do this. They were not great, but they're doing much better now. Synthesia allows you to put a transcript that you can get from your original video and create a whole video with an AI person with the other language. Now, you can just take the sound of that other video, put it in your original video, so you have another version of the sound of that video. I don't know if that, Camila, makes sense or not.
Yes, yes, it does. Thank you
So
so
you
much.
can use, yeah, no worries. You can use Descript to do some of this, and you can check out Synthesia, which allows you to create kind of like a little robotic people that talk, but actually they're getting better, the AI videos. So thank you for your question. So then we went through Max. Tina looking to edit. We talked about that. Amanda recently started playing around with Click Champ 2. Yes, really nice, really nice. The music is incredible. Any other questions, guys? Any other resources you're looking for? That was a great question, Camila, because every time we can talk about a little tool that does something that saves us time and money, I love that. AI has changed the way we do all of this. AI will change video and sound forever. We're getting there. It changed text and creation of any kind of copy forever, and it definitely will change sound and video. I am seeing a lot of AI used nowadays, video AI, sound AI, professionally done, and it's going to be super available very soon. So keep looking at those tools. How often should B2B companies post videos on social media? Does having a consistent posting schedule matter? Mark, great question. If you're gonna do episodic video, consistency is key. This is a bigger, much bigger question. The question of ROI, the ROI of video. I know where that comes from, right? Um, how much should you post? I think it's more important to post regularly than to post in a certain specific matter. So yeah, it could be a couple posts weekly, a post weekly. It depends on the format where you're doing it. If you're doing, LinkedIn videos to create a bigger audience, to attract companies that you will do ABM in the future. Well, that is one thing. If you're doing short videos to just get engagement with your current audience, that's a different. If you're doing sales videos, it's different. But at the end of the day, when you're talking about consistent video, um, like the consistency and continuing to do it, it's one of the most important pieces, and that goes back to ROI. When people ask me what's the ROI of this video, well, I can't tell you. Yes, I could analyze how many people this video kind of was part of their journey, or I can tell you if it helped them or assisted them, and if they clicked on it and they went to a landing page. Yes, we could go into that rabbit hole, but I can tell you for a fact that if you do video consistently, it's going to be the same thing as if you did podcasting consistently or even blogging consistency. Consistently. I always give the same example. You tell me the ROI of this blog after I posted, and it's probably negative. I just wasted a bunch of time and I posted a blog that nobody saw and Google doesn't even know exists. But if you ask me 3 years later, if I posted 2 blogs a month, it doesn't need to be 20 blogs a month. If I posted 2 blogs a month, 2, 3 years later, the ROI is huge because those blogs are bringing strangers to potentially ideal clients. Hopefully, ideal clients is if you're doing it right to your website that turn into leads, that turn into sales conversations. So that's the ROI right there. One blog that you just posted has zero ROI. Your first blog has zero ROI. Maybe we can dig deeper in there. Thanks, Matt, for sharing. You post. If you're just doing a 30-second, how to, or talk about trends and just keeping your audience engaged and come back, and then you have an event and you're promoting it. Well, I think one weekly video is great, but it depends. If you're doing a whole, video series or a podcast, or you have blog articles, you can create more short videos to promote those. Definitely. Any other questions, guys? All right, everybody. Good stuff. Thank you for joining us today. Thanks again for coming to the video HubSpot user group. It was really, really nice to be with you here. And if you are watching this on the recording, which I know there's more people that watch the recording that show up in person, if you have any questions, I'm going to put my email in the chat pane. You can always email me, or you can find me on nextmarketing.com. My name is Gabriel Margugli. I'm the CEO of Nexty Marketing. And if you have any questions about any of this content, please reach out on LinkedIn, by email, on our website, and I'll be more than happy to help you with anything or try to send you to the right people to solve this. Of course, we can do this for you. We can help you with HubSpot, with websites, with video. And if you have any questions about that, please let us know. I'm going to copy here again our website URL and our 25% off HubSpot audit special in case anybody is interested. All right, everybody, have a great day. Have a great night if you're on the other side of the world, and we'll stay in touch. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.